Missile away. Gotcha, pal.
Missile. Missile.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Missile.
This whole operation is crazy. Stop whining.
Missile.
Hi, shit. Meet Van.
Enemy on your back.
Shit. Those guys do some real dirty work. Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks. I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved in Belka.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
Missile.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
Missile.
Bring the anti-tank missile. Hit that heavy armor at the front line. Don't stop!
Just a laser. Got it. Strider 1, AC
We're moving
destroyed.
out! Leave the dead behind! We'll come back to this island one day and send them off properly.
ID complete. Strider 1, warship sunk. Wait, multiple bogies from the east. Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news. We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile. Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence operation no return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada. Bogies, identify them. Fox 2. Target is down. Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts. Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers. They'll flatten our allies. Plenty of civilian casualties as well. Precision bombing is impossible in these conditions. Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all.
Watch yourself. These guys are working together to bring us down.
Trigger, boss, get over here quick.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Target deadlocked.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
If you are wavering, remember the faces of those who pushed for more.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Red 2, Fox 2.
Missile.
We're around past the point of no return.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target eliminated.
Control, flight leader, all systems ready.
This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness.
Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Peacetime.
Launch control. Roger that.
Missile.
More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Heads up. These reinforcements are elite.
Missile. Missile.
Intercept those bombers.
Missile. Missile.
Ram 2, on my target tail.
Behind the enemy.
Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Ram 2, attack field.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 3, launching missile.
Missile. Missile.
The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down now. Missile away. All enemy bombers have been destroyed.
We did it.
Continue with your mission.
Where's our damn air support? We're pulling back. Pressure on pursuit. Damn it, they're too good. Are they really from Ostia?
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Push him back! Fire! Fire at will! We need more ammo!
Missile. 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 Missile.
Just a bit of mass flavor today. Our army can turn this thing around.
Missile. Missile.
An explosion! Ignite! Continue the countdown. Weapon supply ship. Do the countdown!
There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Aruzia will have a fighting chance.
Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If it's hit, we're done for.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
We can't afford to take any more damage. Get out there and do something! This is Echo 13. Two tanks left, but they're running on fumes and low on ammo.
I can contact the superiors to do whatever they want. Don't let them in. Send them away.
Target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
Target destroyed. Echo 13, all hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
Caution. Pull up.
Fox 2. ID complete. It's the Ocean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side? We'll be firing at each other!
This is AWACS Lancaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWACS. Hold your fire! Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Elysian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
Me? You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
Good voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive. Remember, stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. I'll share it if you can help these refugees.
Count me in.
That's right.
We destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
Use a smoke canister. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass? Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Missile away! Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Good job! The enemy tanks are close. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Strider 1, target destroyed.
Missile. Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Cyclops 3, Fox 2. Hurry. Get moving. Strider 1, target eliminated.
Missile. Missile.
Not refugees. They're criminals.
You out of missiles.
Roger that. Make them stop singing!
Damn it.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Caution.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Good job! The enemy tanks are toast. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Caution. Go up. Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target is in machine gun range.
Missile. Missile.
Hurry. Get moving.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
They're not refugees. They're criminals.
Missile.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Roger
down.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry!
Missile. Missile. Caution.
Watch it.
Missile.
Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Nice job! The enemy tanks are too. I don't think I could even do anything with that scrap.
Missile. 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 Missile.
As everyone knows it, no other reason.
Try to run. Target eliminated.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Hurry.
Caution.
Get moving.
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties? Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an illusion soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety.
Caution. Pull up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Launch. 1, 2, 3. The mass driver is accelerating.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass driver. If the supply ships make it to the arsenal bird, they'll be able to resupply it. They may be loaded with new weaponry that we don't even know about. We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get within the arsenal bird's air defense network. You've got to hurry or you're not going to make it. 3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network.
The supply ships are on their schedule.
Missile.
All aircraft, remain on high alert. We got bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now. Focus on destroying that supply ship first.
We're sitting ducks like this.
If we let the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
Which one first?
Don't try to follow after the supply ships. Stick close to Trigger. That sucker's hiding in the clouds. Trigger, don't let it get away. Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time.
These guys continue pursuit of the supply ship.
Fox 3. 90 seconds to the enemy's air defense network.
Don't lose them.
That's a confirmed direct hit by the missile. Keep it up. Bring down those supply ships.
Missile.
60 seconds remain.
Missile. Missile.
All we need to do is slow them down.
Missile.
Missile away.
I was expecting this to be easy if all they can do is fly fast.
Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. If this thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
We're gonna find ourselves a boat and leave this island. We'll be taking the refugees, along with any deserters from the Illusion military.
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her, and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
What do you think would have happened to those refugees if you hadn't intervened? The princess saw what happened. They were little kids.
That's why I like the sky. You don't have to see those types of things.
Does this mean we're that much closer to ending the war?
No, we just basically prevented it from going on forever.
Count's right. We have no choice but to return to our original
Stall
base.
warning.
Our base that is nearly
Stall
out of food
warning.
and fuel. We need to do something.
All go down if we don't pull back the landing craft. And what? Abandoned Tango 2-3?
Something's not right.
Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help!
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going
Good. Take a seat. Everyone's here. All right. Good work in sinking the supply ships.
We found a boat, then sailed away from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat. Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know how far the end of that rope reaches?
Outer space.
No. It is a direct connection to the very potential of mankind itself. Or at least it was until war erupted.
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
But even then, Harling still went ahead and tried to destroy it. At the cost of his own life.
That's not the way I heard it. What I heard was that he sacrificed himself to protect the tower from an incoming missile.
Oh, I was told he tried to fly his ship into the tower in order to destroy it.
I wonder which story is true, Your Royal Highness.
I don't know. Looking at it objectively, it's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, though, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're gonna start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusia, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusia's lead faction. Well, we can't use all our aircraft to attack. The transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first, and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base. Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron, who will bring the transport. Then we bring the supplies back to this base.
Got it.
Aircraft are our only threat.
Sounds good.
We'll make it. We're all gonna fly home. Together.
Strider Squadron, aircraft prep complete. You're cleared to taxi.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target. We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
Target locked. So, we capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
You take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Husha.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
Target acquired.
Target destroyed.
There aren't that many. Aim carefully and take them down.
There are more vehicles along the road. They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Fox 3.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or we'll open fire.
What are you talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused.
I know.
Fox 2. Target locked.
We're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
Tank is destroyed.
Our anti-aircraft weaponry is down by 30%. Why are they attacking this base?
Target destroyed by Strider 1.
Who's that squad with 4 fighters?
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military?
The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence. Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vasliji, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
They're coming straight at us. Run! Retreat! Our tank can't take on a fighter! Missile inbound! Evade!
Missile.
Bandit attack! Trying again.
Missile.
Help is
Stall
here!
warning.
No, with the Osean army!
Stall warning.
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Stall warning.
Protect the base!
Target locked.
They have 4 aircraft! Warplanes incoming! Fire more missiles!
Missile.
Fox 2.
Missile. Missile.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Caution. Pull up. Missile. Missile.
We don't have enough AA weapons.
Caution. Pull up.
Hurry up with takeoff preps!
Strider 1
Just hold us! We're unable to use the SAMs! Help me!
coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Fire the SAM and
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
Missile. Caution. Pull up. Caution. Missile.
That's Shalaji Castle.
Missile.
They're here already. They've paid for what they did to our
Missile.
scouts.
Missile.
Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone buildings and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines.
Missile.
Target locked.
Missile.
Breaking! Breaking! Breaking up!
Missile.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
What's the matter? Aim and fire!
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Missile inbound.
Missile.
Taking.
Caution. Collect.
Missile away.
We're targeting our anti-aircraft weaponry. It's taking out more than half. There are 4 enemy aircraft, but one is causing us the most grief.
Caution.
I heard about 3 strikes.
Missile. Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Missile.
Enemy sighted.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 3 launching missile.
Target destroyed.
Everything's on fire!
In the nick of time. Thanks.
Missile.
We've lost more than half of our forces.
Missile.
The battle won't last much longer.
Missile.
Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on. Friendly down!
Missile. 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 Missile.
How come we keep missing?
Missile.
Break it, break it, break it!
Missile.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town's of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like we did.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
AA destroyed! We're setting ducks! Fire set up a chain reaction. Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Missile.
Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there.
Missile.
With hope of restoration.
Missile.
Don't worry.
Missile.
As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, they won't be able to shoot us down that easily.
Target acquired.
Collect.
Their interceptors are in the air.
All right.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Shoot the invaders out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron. Understood.
Caution. Missile.
You are in violation of Shalaji airspace. Turn around or we'll be forced to shoot you down.
Missile.
This is the OCN Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
Missile.
You must be the snowbirds.
Missile.
It's absurd for you to be talking so tough after losing one of your leaders at Fort Bonte. You bastard!
Stall warning.
You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit.
Missile hit. Warning, enemy has a bead on you.
Missile.
These guys are pretty accomplished fighter pilots.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Target acquired.
These guys expect us to surrender? I'll kill them myself.
Stall warning.
Missile evaded. Fox 3.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1. Fox 2.
Missile.
I'm out! Ejecting! I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's pray he makes it to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger.
Welcome. Righto. Except the leader. We can take him without King.
Missile.
Locked on.
Missile. Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Stall warning.
Legion pilots are known for their
Stall
skill.
warning.
Let's leave this fight to them.
Stall warning. Missile. Stall warning.
Missile away. Strider 1. Target acquired.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Chaff and flares launched.
Missile. Missile.
This'll hit.
Missile. Missile. Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Stall warning.
He's been hit. He's ejected. Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time. A miss, as expected, but a lucky shot would be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east. High-speed projectile launch from enemy aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you.
Missile.
Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person.
Missile.
Will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Hey, look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get them done. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Welcome. Might just cost us our lives.
Think you can keep up with me?
90%. 100%.
Someone to guide us. Can't think of anyone other than you.
Additional prediction complete.
Being together with me, I tell you something. Drone fighters don't belong with the blue. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies. I'm there with the most legit Air Force should be fighting against.
Cooldown complete.
Missile.
We lost. Like the skies have been sliced right open.
Missile.
probably made themselves a new toy. Bandit is down.
High-speed projectile launch from the aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky. We can still help you. Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person. Muscle squad will be retreating. Those fighting below are advised to temporarily withdraw. Don't die. As long as we're alive, our hopes and dreams live on.
Stall warning. Stall
Hey,
warning.
look at the color of that plane. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger. The rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Welcome. Might just cost us our lives.
Power at 50%.
An unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
That bastard's moving in a way that minimizes the damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow him to pieces.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of your pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy.
Missile.
Like the sky's been sliced wide open. The experimental unit probably made themselves a new toy. Someone to guide us.
another hit.
He's still flying, but his plane's been damaged. Finish him off, Trigger.
Mr. X is ascending rapidly.
Missiles went straight for the sun. Not a casual move.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
His movements. I knew it. Mr. X moves like the drone I saw in Vulgarist.
Maybe you've got it backwards. Maybe the drone is the one that moves like Mr. X.
There's going to be copies of him flying around?
We'd be lucky if they're only in the dozens.
It's a hit. The unidentified aircraft is going down.
You got him. Trigger has splashed a bandit.
Can you hear me? Pilot with the 3 strikes. This was all due to my ego. I unleashed pure chaos upon this world, just so I could keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
No OC.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the X-02 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. We're lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. Solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe. All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory'd been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago. Know any Belkans? Because this guy was a Belkan, and they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkan, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other countries. We had a new purpose: to breed wars. The theory was that through war, we could achieve our destiny and our revenge. I had just finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now, they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusia? My grandfather had only one wish: to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary Ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
I stood there, thinking about that mural by the factory's entrance. Harling commissioned it to be painted. I realized that in the background, behind the dancing figures, the artist had painted several space elevators. I understand now. The space elevator wasn't designed to exploit Erusia after all.
Good. And afterwards, we'll bring down the space elevator itself. No matter why it was built. Right now, it's the root of this chaos.
I wonder...
Yes?
I wonder... which path you would choose when looking at Harling's mirror.
Let's get the briefing started.
We've done enough air operations. Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored general network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erusia have joined forces, and will take down the final Arsenal bird in a saturation attack from the air to the sea. Once that's achieved, they'll take the space elevator from the aggressors.
Has the source been verified?
It could be fake. I hear you. But take a look at what's written at the end. Hey, dumbass. If you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the lighthouse. You can see the future.
Dumbass? Sounds familiar.
It certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Tyler Island. The 444 squad. It's a message to all those looking to end the war. But I also think it's a message for Trigger.
Guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war. Time to fly, guys. Let's go get that Arsenal bird.
Fighter Squadron, sortie ASAP.
We need help! Don't let them damage more! Show them what the erosion, no, what fighter pilots are made of! Thanks, I owe you. No sweat.
Get into formation. We have the numbers.
Well, if it isn't the LRSSG, looks like our luck has turned. LRSSG, you will secure air superiority. There are Erusian aircraft in the Coalition, so they have been ID'd as friendly via the data link.
Just confirmed it.
Erusian government aircraft, including drones, will show up as hostiles. You two aces, I'm thinking it's time to show us what you've got.
We don't have two anymore. Guess nobody told them.
That's quite true, Count. It's not just two. Wiseman trained his squad well. Everyone's still entered as an ace. He'd be proud of you all.
To all of you who have gathered here, regardless of your country, this is headquarters of the Ocean Army Southern Command. Wait, you can forget that designation. We are a coalition formed exclusively for the sole purpose of taking down the Arsenal Bird. Wait until we're ready to strike the Arsenal Bird in unison.
Roger.
Russ, he's only speaking on an open channel. The enemy can hear everything he's saying. There's no other choice. The Erusian aircraft are in the Coalition as well.
This is Skull Squadron and Rigel Squadron of the Erusian Air Force. We're here on our own. Lancaster, we're entering your airspace.
This is C2. Look across the drones. There's only one squadron.
It's Mr. X's crew.
Count, ease up. Engagement is forbidden.
Don't worry, I know. We need every bullet we can call upon. Even if they were flying with the guy that killed Wiseman. Some of their squadrons are in weird formations.
They have manned aircraft and UAVs inflating out in Island.
All this just to keep the war going.
Damn it. Without IM, that's like a slapstick routine.
This airspace is like a testing ground for their weapons. Why don't those bastards show themselves?
Strider 1! Missile!
Three strikes has been detected.
Okay, commencing transmission. I'm speaking over both terrestrial broadcasting and video transmission networks. It's not important why... no, who we are. First, our goals. Destroy the space elevator. Second, we want power to the drone factory cut in order to put a stop to all the war and chaos that its products cause. And last, we want to bring an end to this groundless war that has given rise to a state of anarchy. Let me tell you what's going on right now. The land is overrun with refugees who have lost their homes. It's no isolated incident. In spite of that, the war continues to rage overhead.
The UAVs were sluggish once the leader went down.
I thought as much. Drones without routers are slow as hell. The biggest flaw in their slave mode.
How many more do we need to take out?
Shoot them down one at a time. They'll run out eventually.
Leadership rights verified.
Are the friendly Erusians rebels or what?
They're rebels, but I'm sure it's more complicated than that. Brush up on current events later. Focus on the enemy.
Copy that.
Take a look. See that line continuing above the horizon? The cable goes up to the sky as far as the eye can see. Not many people know this, but the space elevator is the world's tallest transmission tower. In theory, its radio waves cover exactly half the globe. We've jacked its signal in order to reach out to you.
Three strikes is on our side? Questions under in a long time. Again, three strikes? Never again. It's not a war between nations anymore. It's a struggle between militias. Get caught, get dead. This isn't a rebellion. It's a battle for independence. take down the Arsenal bird and build a new country.
Some coalition this has turned out to be, huh? Now keep talking big once the war's over, too. You can bet on it. We need something or someone to guide us. It's pretty sloppy, but there's a
With the communications infrastructure down, this broadcast can only be transmitted to certain regions. If you can access the server, consider yourself lucky. You get to see a real live princess. Hey, Cosette, say hello to everyone. Yes, let's open up the exit. Everyone get the refugees into the underground tunnel. George, tabloid?
All right, understood.
Missile.
I heard 3 strikes was already here.
Missile.
Strider 1, bandit on your tail.
Missile. Missile.
We've come this far. Don't get killed.
Missile. 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 Missile.
Our princess is looking at a mural. There's another one here too. It shows a whole bunch of space elevators. Skies unknown.
Missile. Missile.
Cosette, let's go. Yes.
Missile.
Warning. Missiles launched from the Arsenal bird. They're Helios projectiles. All aircraft, stay clear of the blast area. 10 seconds to impact. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Impact.
How many got caught in that explosion?
Broadcaster, do we have more incoming?
No. Proceed with caution.
Wilco.
We can't switch off the security system, but we've got this. If what he said is true, this will give us at least 10 seconds. Cosette! Cosette, what the hell's wrong with you? Get back here! As you all saw, we have a problem. The princess went by herself into the maintenance area and has shut us out. No idea what got her going this time. Stupid woman.
Missile launch from the Arsenal bird. Shit, airburst tight. Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2. Helios arrived.
Don't fly so close together. Here's the shot. I'm bailing out.
I said we were gonna take down the space elevator, but it's not like we can just go out there and chop it down. At the top of the windbreak, 6 location markers have been set in place. They monitor distortions in the space elevator. Those are the locations we need to target. If the sensors go bad, the elevator's observation system will think the elevator has fallen. Until its safety can be confirmed, all microwaves will be stopped.
Oh, I get it. What a party.
I was gonna do it myself. You dumbass.
Helios launched from the Arsenal bird. Five seconds. 3, 2, impact now.
Get caught in that. It's all over.
Stop running. No.
Helios arriving in 10 seconds. 5 seconds to arrival. 2, inbound.
I'm going down. It's up to you now.
30 seconds remaining. Target is in machine gun range.
The monster bird is in our trap. We'll use a saturation attack. Wait for the signal.
fight?
Inform the coalition units. We're nearing 0 hour. 10 seconds until the united attack on the Arsenal bird.
Incoming! 5, 4, everybody, give this attack everything you've got. Open fire!
All missiles were shot out of the sky. Attack failed. Cruise missiles did not reach their target.
Damn monster.
Lancaster warning all aircraft. I have multiple blips on my scope.
Here they come.
That's something.
Hey, look at the Arsenal bird.
Lasers!
Missile destroyer infraction marker sunk. We can't drain it! Evacuate!
Missile.
Flash is spotted, heavily damaged by laser weapons. Forces captured all aircraft controller mounted. Single blast! More lifeboats!
HQ, we have a problem. The damage to the Allied fleet is extensive.
Missile.
That was some pretty impressive firepower. I, for one, did not see that coming.
The active protection system operated as expected. We should launch another saturation attack. Air power. You'll slow the Arsenal bird.
Missile. Missile.
Missile inbound! Evade! You're mine!
Landed on a friendly's tail!
Save that light from the Arsenal bird.
The enemy's got a lock.
It's readying its APS. All aircraft, break off from the Arsenal bird.
That was close. Without the AWACS, I would have been a goner.
Locked on, you're mine. That's not the control room. Go through the airlock and get on the maintenance elevator. Get to the top of the windbreak. Do you think you can put on that pressurized suit by yourself? You'll never get it on with those frills.
I'm getting sick of that arrogant bastard. Seriously.
No good. The engine control room is gone.
And what
Take your radar room here and
Fire
CIC.
bulkheads broken! Nothing phases this thing. Where are we supposed to hit it?
Missile launched.
All aircraft. We can no longer commence with a second saturation attack. All aircraft, separately engage in direct attacks.
HQ, it won't be easy to take down the Arsenal bird with conventional weaponry. All the ace pilots in the world won't save us unless we have a plan.
Give us time. We'll see what we can do.
You're just thinking about it now? Open your eyes! Check 6! Cover any friendlies that's hit. Hit on Bandit confirmed. Bandit has a lock. Missile inbound! Evade! You're all mine!
It's readying its APS.
Damn it. I've taken some damage. One aircraft hit. No, two.
Landed on a friendly tail.
Light bulb shaped thing, but it isn't lit up.
Locked on.
That's it. Got the location marker. You have it from there, right?
Got it.
There's something we can do. Just evading like this will get us all killed.
Missile inbound! Evade! It's a big base.
Strider 1, hostile behind you! When's that shield gonna lose power? Never. It is continuously supplying you with power.
Then what should we do?
Calm down. I'll do something.
What are you gonna do? Smash it. Smash all 6 of the bastards. It'll lose power.
Damn shield. Just go away. Be gone. Disappear.
On cuckoo count?
Away with you.
Just what kind of magic did you work there, you asshole?
It wasn't magic. It's a scam. Now's our chance. Do it, Trigger!
supply. That means the main supplies are cut off.
UAVs are dropping altitude fast. Wait, they're down.
The drones are acting crazy. Are you seeing this? The drones are falling one after another. They've completely lost control.
Sub-propeller confirmed destroyed. Main propeller 1 confirmed stall. Good work, Trigger. Keep up the attack. Both main propellers have been stalled.
Too close to both to each other.
That thing is too huge.
Don't let its sheer size freak you out.
Strider 1 has destroyed a sub-propeller.
You can do it. There's no way it isn't damaged.
Look at those crazy moves. So this is 3 strikes. You're too far out.
Trigger got a sub-propeller.
You're getting the hang of this, Trigger. The main propeller is moving again. Just how hard is that thing?
It's time to destroy the antenna's base.
Say what?
If we destroy the docking modules, the supply unit will break off the fusion. That'll make the antenna base vulnerable. Light her on fire and we can cook that first. Theoretically, that may prove possible even for an experienced pilot. That would be a problem, right?
Yeah, but our guy's more than just an experienced pilot. Trigger, let's do this.
You're not that good of a pilot. I bet on it. Besides, if that was impossible, you wouldn't have said anything.
Watch out! The drones are falling! The refugees. Everyone calm down. You want to get yourself killed? George! Tabloid! Get back here!
I can't leave that girl to die.
Fine, fine! Get her, but be quick about it!
Is everything okay? The drones are acting odd.
Run! Run! Careful!
They took out Strider 1.
The UAVs are dropping altitude fast. Wait, they're down.
The drones are acting crazy. Are you seeing this? The drones are falling one after another. They've completely lost control.
Main propeller 1 confirmed stall. Good work, Trigger. Keep up the attack.
Get behind 3 strikes.
Sub-propeller confirmed destroyed.
Don't let them anywhere near him. Understood?
laser cannon destroyed. That drops the Arsenal Bird's threat level a little.
Trigger got a sub-propeller. You're getting the hang of this, Trigger.
Missile. 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 Missile.
The main propeller is moving again. Just how hard is that thing? What?
If we destroy the docking modules, the supply unit will break off from the Arsenal Bird. That'll make the antenna base vulnerable. Light it on fire and we can cook that bird whole. Theoretically, that may prove a possibility for an experienced pilot. That would be a problem, but...
Yeah, but our guy's more than just an experienced pilot. Trigger, let's do this.
I bet on it. Besides, if it was impossible, you wouldn't have said anything.
Watch out! The drones are falling! The refugees. Everyone calm down. You want to get yourself killed? George! Tabloid! Get back here! I can't leave that girl to die. Fine, fine! Get her, but be quick about it!
Is everything okay? The drones are acting odd.
Run! Run! Careful!
Docking module destroyed. One left.
Nicely done.
This'll be a good story to tell my son.
Missile. Missile.
Is everything okay?
Good. Some people were crushed. But the kid Tabloid went after a safe. He ran that distance with a girl in his hands.
Good. What about Tabloid? Is he safe?
George and the girl were saved. They were saved.
Caution. Pull up.
All targets have been destroyed. The supply unit is ready to fall off.
Yeah! Good job.
Lieutenant base unit confirmed destroyed.
Lancaster. Oh my god. The Arsenal Bird is on fire.
Trigger, break off. Arsenal Bird is losing altitude rapidly.
Arsenal Bird is down.
Lancaster, can you estimate the point of impact?
Don't worry, looks like it'll be open water. All aircraft, avoid the target's path.
That's the last of the rogues. Even in death, that thing is intimidating.
Everyone, can you see this? These people here were alive up until a few moments ago. My friend was here. Can you see this? This is just one of the many sides of war and what it does.
All Erusian soldiers around the space elevator. Surrender now. We will not attack. We can hold them off until support arrives. Our unit surrenders. You guys better not throw away your lives either.
Wait there, Princess. We'll get you down.
Don't worry about me. Please just take care of the refugees. I'll parachute down. What?
Warning, incoming bogey.
Are those the drones we saw at that factory?
I'm coming down. I'll see you on the ground.
No, wait!
Enemy on my 6! Those guys are bad news. Trigger, boss, do something!
Strider 2, missile inbound! Cosette! What?
This isn't the time for that!
Cosette!
Avril, they're headed this way. Get the refugees to safety now.
Strider 2, you're hit. Are you alright?
Still breathing. I won't be flying much longer, though.
There's an Ocean carrier a few kilometers to the west. It ran aground and was abandoned. It won't be easy, but it's the only place you got.
Trigger, escort your wingman. Let's get to that carrier. That's all we can do. Trigger, can you hear me? I somehow managed to land. It's your turn now. The carrier ran aground, but that shouldn't be a problem for you. I'll guide you down. 3,000 meters to carrier.
You're too fast. Lower your speed. Bank right. 1,500 meters to carrier. Raise your nose. Nice work. You pulled off a perfect landing. Well, we're okay for the moment. Now the real challenge begins.
Well, if it isn't the LRSSG, looks like our luck has turned. LRSSG, you will secure air superiority.
I can't just snap my fingers and make a plane. Believe me, I wish I could. Right now, we needed one. Bad. When we were coming over on the boat, I remember seeing an aircraft carrier. That gave me an idea. The Admiral Anderson. The name of an old sailor. When the first drone started attacking, the ship wasn't ready for battle yet. It was still in the dock, getting all rigged up. So they rushed to get her ready. I know about Anderson. In the previous Ocean War, he was the commander of a ship that sent out the last fleet of jets. They say the deck was sloping so bad as it sank, the last plane barely made it off. Those fighters ended the war. That story gives me a little bit of hope, especially at a time like this. We're all in the same boat, like it or not. If this war keeps going on like it is, it'll be the end of everything. The military loaded this thing to the rafters with planes. Some were fighters that were going to be delivered to bases in occupied territory. It was hit before it could complete the mission. Jackpot. The hangars were loaded with goodies. This Scrap Queen's got work to do.
Trigger, everyone, listen up. The operation was a success. Erusian defense forces have been neutralized, and all Arsenal birds are down. However, those 2 new drones buzzing around have royally screwed up our plans. The Ocean and Erusian coalition's air forces are in a sorry state thanks to them. We might not even have any viable aircraft left. According to the Scrap Queen, the drones are trying to use the space elevator's transmission capabilities to send their data to drone manufacturing plants across the continent. They're trying to strengthen their numbers. What's worse, their data contains a depth of war experience, so the newer aircraft will be more tactically advanced. If that's the case, this war will never end. We need to take both drones down no matter what it takes. We'll do it so we have homes to go back to. Well, the Scrap Queen's on our side. She says she can make any aircraft fly. This is our final mission. Trigger, let's go. We've got a goddamn war to end.
Strider Squadron, takeoff prep complete.
This? Hey, can you hear me? That craft is in peak condition. I even buffed up the canopy for a nice shine, so you can really see the sky. Take care, Trigger. When you get back, let me know what you saw.
Let me see that. Trigger, wish I could have flown with you.
A dinged-up plane and an injured pilot would only slow you down. I feel for him now.
Take care. Whatever happens, it ends here. The outcome's mostly up to him. So, this is the guy? Oh yeah. He's the one who took off just now.
Got quite a few Erusians with us.
Lucians are sticking around, too. I don't care what country anyone's from. What counts is knowing who the real enemy is. Right, guys?
Affirmative. And I think everybody here knows the score. We all know who to follow. Commence mission. All aircraft follow Trigger.
Roger that. Understood.
All right.
Understood.
Roger.
The space elevator is able to broadcast and communicate. With the information infrastructure down, it's the only place capable of wide-area data transmission. The drones are waiting for it to power up again.
Clever little bastards.
Go leader to launch pad. UAV confirmed in direction of travel. Engage your bandits.
All aircraft converge on Skull Squadron. Surround and shoot them down.
Strider 3, copy. Let's do it, Hushin.
UAV reacting. Damn, they're fast. All aircraft stay sharp. Intercept now.
No, unlock control. Go through, get out of there.
Salamander 3, Skull 2, lost. Damn it, that was quick.
I've never seen anyone fly this fast. Provide support.
Friendly lost. Pilot confirmed down.
Damn it!
The UAVs are equipped with laser weaponry. Watch where their nose is pointing.
I'm in position.
Missile launched.
Damn it! I'll grab their attention. Jam the trigger to all the fighting.
Missile.
Missile, evade!
Missile.
Enemy on your 6!
Solid one.
You dodged it!
Strata 1, target acquired.
Fox 2.
Fox 3. Both drones are in attack position. Break, right now.
Enemy has a lock on you!
Damn it, I can't break away.
Evade that missile! Target is right in front of me. I've got this one.
Doctor has a lock.
Friendly lost. The Salamander. Rigel 3 has been shot down. We lost another one. Fox 2.
Enemy hit. Strata 1 got him.
Should be confused, just like VI. They're like complete copies of VI. There seems some serious
Attention, all aircraft. Launch detected from UAV. Looking for small drones.
You guys have quite the bag of tricks.
It's a furball. All aircraft, watch for escape lanes.
You're kidding me. They're shooting down missiles with their lasers. How are we supposed to bring it down?
Got this one down to my sights.
This is prevented.
Open your eyes. Check 6.
Breaking hostile lock.
If you need help, say so. I'm here for you.
2-3, watch your tail.
Lock on, you're mine.
My missiles aren't hitting. UAVs are shooting them down. Carter 1, you have a UAV on your ass.
Strider 1, missile away. There we go. One down, one down. Target is losing altitude rapidly.
Black smoke, get away from it. I saw it myself. 3 strikes is a real deal. 1 plane left.
Soul 2, evade, evade!
Just like my eyes.
Soul 2 lost. It's a good one, too.
Vito, damn it! Damn it!
Crap, I can't break this lock. I can't break lock.
This one's wide open.
It's not moving like a machine, but no human could fly like that either.
Another hit. He's the only one getting anywhere out here.
Strider 1, hostile has a lock. Warning, missile in the air. Broken the UAV's formation. This could be our chance.
Lock on, you're mine.
One small drone is down. Strider 1 got it.
Trigger's missile hit. That one looks like it hurt. Trigger has scored a kill. Hell yeah! You finally did it! Way to shoot, Ace. Look, it discarded its wings. What the? It's just like the UAV the Trigger shot down at Bulgurarest. Is that the prototype that Wiseman was talking about?
We're on our way back from our 7-year mission to the asteroid belt.
Punch 2!
Let me avenge Vito.
Unable to acquire status updates from emerging aircraft via data link. All aircraft rely on visual confirmation.
Sounds right. That's really easy to be done.
UAV is down. Radar signal is lost.
No stopping. Showing us how it's done.
That was definitely the most intense thing I've ever been in. I can't wait to tell my son about it.
The space elevator is just powered up. Looks like we made it in just the nick of time. Fortunately, you've prevented data that may have included Trigger's flying style from leaking. I've got a special bottle of wine for occasions like this. What do you say we open it?
Can you hear me? There's still one drone left.
Who the hell is that? More importantly, I thought Trigger destroyed all the drones.
It's thrown away its wings, yet it's still flying. Can anyone hear me?
something on the radar. The UAV is alive and kicking.
The UAV went into the undersea tunnel. That tunnel leads to the space elevator.
Trigger, you're gonna have to fly into the tunnel after the UAV.
Where's the escape vector?
There's enough space for him to turn beneath the elevator.
That's a suicide mission.
Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Caution.
Count, give me your status.
Alive.
Excellent, so you're both okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What makes you think that?
No time to explain. The radio will cut out soon. It'll take a short time for the drone to send over the data.
Trigger's down! Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Strutter 1 crashed.
Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Caution. Caution. Caution.
Don't worry. I learned something from my last squadron. Stick with Trigger, and you'll make it.
Count, give me your status.
Alive.
Excellent, so you're both okay.
Trigger's down! Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Count, give me your status.
Alive.
Excellent, so you're both okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What makes you think that?
No time to explain. The radio will cut out soon. It'll take a short time for the drone to send over the data.
There it is. UAV spotted. We finally found it. Trigger's down! Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Strutter 1 has crashed.
Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Strutter 1 has crashed.
Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Count, give me your status.
Trigger's down! Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Caution. Pull up.
Count, give me your status.
Alive.
Excellent, so you're both okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What makes you think that?
No time to explain. The radio will cut out soon. It'll take a short time for the drone to send over the data.
There it is. UAV spotted. We finally found it. I heard some static when the gate closed. Do you think the UAV is operating the gates? Well, there goes our only way out. I thought we were gonna pull this off after making it through that maze. Don't worry. I'll think of something. I'll find us a way out. Trigger's down! Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Count, give me your status.
Trigger's down! Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Count, give me your status.
Alive.
Excellent, so you're both okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What makes you think that?
No time to explain. The radio will cut out soon. It'll take a short time for the drone to send over the data.
There it is. UAV spotted. We finally found it. I heard some static when the gate closed. Do you think the UAV is operating the gates? Well, there goes our only way out. I thought we were gonna pull this off after making it through that maze. No sign of the drone. Did it take another path? Doesn't matter. We know where it's going. We can catch it. Drone on your tail. Trigger's down! Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Don't worry. I learned something from my last squadron. Stick with Trigger, and you'll make it.
Count, give me your status.
Alive.
Excellent, so you're both okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What makes you think that? There it is. UAV spotted. We finally found it. I heard some static when the gate closed. Do you think the UAV is operating the gates? Well, there goes our only way out. I thought we were gonna pull this off after making it through that maze. No sign of the drone. Did it take another path? Doesn't matter. We know where it's going. We can catch it. Drone on your tail. Damn it! It got me. I'm hit. Shit. Trigger's down! Count, where are you going? We rely on Trigger too much. He's gonna need help.
You can't be serious, Count.
Yeah, well, you had no problem with Trigger doing the same thing.
Trigger's different.
We'll see.
You damn fool.
Don't worry. I learned something from my last squadron. Stick with Trigger, and you'll make it.
Count, give me your status.
Alive.
Excellent, so you're both okay.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What makes you think that?
No time to explain. The radio will cut out soon. It'll take a short time for the drone to send over the data.
There it is. UAV spotted. We finally found it. I heard some static when the gate closed. Do you think the UAV is operating the gates? Well, there goes our only way out. I thought we were gonna pull this off after making it through that maze. Don't worry. I'll think of something. I'll find us a way out. No sign of the drone. Did it take another path? Doesn't matter. We know where it's going. We can catch it. fine, but I'm losing thrust. Is it my engine? Definitely feels like it's my engine. I'm fine. I can still fly. My rudder's acting up. It's hard to keep level. I'm not getting much thrust, but I'll be okay. Uh-oh, that's quite the problem. It appears I can't get any more thrust. Drone is turning. It'll send its payload. Shoot it down, Trigger. Not sure if my bird can handle it, though. Fly! I know you can make it! I'll attempt a belly landing. Get out of here! Everyone's waiting for you! Into the middle column! That'll lead inside the windbreak. Drone is turning. We'll send its payload. Shoot it down, Trigger. That's right. We're going home. I thought of a way out of here. The space elevator.
Stall warning.
The windbreak is hollow, and there's no ceiling all the way up. Not sure if my bird can handle it, though. Fly! I know you can make it! I'll attempt a belly landing. Get out of here! Everyone's waiting for you! I wanted to wait until I had less fuel, but I have no choice. Attempting to land. I don't think my plane will make it. Anyway, here goes. Come on, baby, stay with me just a bit more.
Should we send in an evac team? Can you hear me? We're all waiting. The world of darkness needs a light to shine. We're waiting for that beacon of light.
Look, it's Trigger. Strider 1 has returned to radar.
I did it! That's our Trigger! He's a damn hero! No doubt. You're better than we.
Where's Strider 2? Damn it. Does anyone have eyes on Count?
Wish y'all could have seen that.
You damn fool. What's your position?
Watching Trigger climb. I guess it's my fate to watch from down below.
Yeah, well, we're all in the same boat there.
Yeah, well, I guess we are.
We're sending help. Give us your coordinates.
Directly under the space elevator. Elevation is minus 500 meters.
Minus?
Hey, Trigger. You dumbass. Tell me something. What color's the sky up there?
We're on our way back from our 7-year mission to the asteroid belt. I can't tell you how proud I am to be the first to land at
Wait,
this
what was that
spaceport.
transmission?
This is Captain Kay Nagase of the spaceship Pilgrim 1. The ocean of stars in our galaxy is finally within our reach. To the pilot who generously gave this spaceship a place to dock, we are forever grateful. The universe lies ahead of us, waiting to be discovered. And now, at last, we have a gateway to ascend to it, over and over again.
It's all coming together for me. Today was the day, the moment of her return.
I salute the pilot who gave us all a future.
To skies unknown, the path to mankind's vast future remains standing, Granddad. The refugees built the settlement for themselves at the base of the space elevator. A humanitarian mission from Yuktovania airdropped some supplies for them again today. Thanks to the princess, the whole world was pitching in to help these people. Handing out the relief supplies would have been a perfect gig for that anarchist dude. But since he's dead now, the job went to the guy from Belka, George. I guess Tabloid got that new system he wanted in the end. Mihai's granddaughters are helping out too. Mihai. That cranky old geezer's here with us too.
I never wanted to create anything, and now here I am, clinging to life. Watching as my grandchildren and their generation make a new future for themselves and the world. Is this my punishment then? All I do is lie here, wasting away. I'll never know the freedom of flying the open skies ever again. I've been grounded, and my wings have been clipped.
You know what having peace in the world means? It's being able to die in your own bed at a ripe old age. Peace is what those girls are working so hard for here. We got a bunch more refugees today. And the princess? She's looking to the stars. Dark blue. To the heavens and beyond.
Can you hear me?
Tu te souviens de nos fleurs préférées qui chantaient tout près de nous, du jour de ta déclaration d'amour.
Trigger?